I think we're way above them. They're right here. Redneck Olympics is way up here.
If you ever done anything stupid in your life and the stupidity of that situation still haunts you to this day, this video should be very therapeutic for you. Because trust me, no one in the history of forever has ever reached this level of stupidity. I promise you. Today we're diving into a story so Alabama it makes Duck Dynasty look like a day in the life in downtown LA.
So actually when we made entry today, they were cooking.
Methamphetamine is an illegal drug made with household chemicals.
This is what happens when you are countrier than a plate of smothered raccoon drizzled in bubblegum barbecue sauce. This is what happens when you're 5,000 miles deep out of the know of anything that's going on in the world, and you base your reality off of government conspiracy theories told by your older cousin who couldn't bring his GPA up to a 2.0. Picture this, it's 4:20 in the morning, which it really was, and instead of rolling up a backwood or something ferocious or throwing some Waffle House hash browns in the air fryer, one man decides he's going to try out for the Taliban anti-aircraft division, taking a major jump from shooting up meth on the regular by shooting at a medical helicopter. Yes, a medical helicopter, not a military Black Hawk, not a UFO, and definitely not a drone that lurks in the trenches exposing prostitution and the distribution of narcotics. Nope, just a helicopter trying to save someone's life. And what does 48-year-old Peter Ellison do? He says, "Hold my natty light, I'ma shoot that bird down. This is a small town, and they tried it, dag nabbit." So here's what the hell is going on exactly. Volunteer firefighters cleared out a nice pasture for Haynes Life Flight helicopter to land and pick up a patient who was in need of medical attention. So some real deal physical labor was put into making this rescue. They cleared out a damn pasture, a true small town effort for the good folks in Sweet Home, Alabama, only to be interrupted by this Molly popping monster. The pasture is cleared and set ready for landing. The chopper is coming in, blades chopping up the night air like a razor blade chopping up powder, ready to land and save a life. And then suddenly, bang, bang, bang.
When gunfire suddenly turned the rescue into a crime scene. Around 4:20 this morning, Haynes Life Flight was dispatched to County Road 51 in Autauga County.
Shots rang out. The right side window shatters. A bullet ricochets and injures a nurse on board. And in that exact moment, somebody's drunk uncle just ruined Christmas for every damn body in the damn family for the next 2 decades. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. Bond money, legal fees. The family might have to put the single wide up for foreclosure. This is going to be a financial disaster for the man's family. This is a Fed case, for crying out loud. This is a prime example of the mistakes you make while high as hell off that meth don't just affect you, it affects every damn body. And guess what the motive behind the crime was?
Court filings now reveal it appears he fired several shots at what he thought was a drone.
He thought it was a drone. Yes, he thought it was a drone. If you never had no true motivation to never do meth, now you do. Here's a prime example of a worst case scenario Inc. This man's reality is based off of government conspiracies cooked up by rednecks in the backwoods, so he probably thought it was a government spy drone spying on his meth operation, or maybe he thought it was a content creator just being nosy, seeing what's going on in the cow pastures. Like, who the hell wants to know what's going on in nowhere Alabama at 4:20 in the morning, flying spy drones in the dark over cow pastures? What is there to spy on out there besides relationships with relatives? All the action is in the city. You know, the prostitution, dope boy activity is in Mobile and Birmingham, not in the backwoods of Autauga. And yeah, I probably said that wrong, but I don't give a damn. Just like this man, he don't give a damn. This man was pissy drunk with piss po logic, pissing everybody off. You got a medical helicopter confused with a drone. That's like getting a Chihuahua confused with a Great Dane. This man is insane. Too much glass clogging up his membrane. In his mind, he probably thought he was playing Redneck Call of Duty. Enemy UAV inbound, prepare for fire. That's the world he created in his head. But nah, in the real world, in reality, he's out here committing felonies with a side of meth dust on his flannel. Now here's the informational part, because yes, this channel is actually for educational purposes. Shooting into an occupied vehicle in Alabama, that's a felony that carries 2 to 20 years. And when that vehicle happens to be a helicopter, now you're flirting with federal charges. FAA, FBI, Homeland Security, all the alphabet soup agencies about to put this man on the no-fly list. So congratulations, Peter. You went from drinking Busch Light in your recliner to maybe sharing a cell with a guy named Toothless Tony, drinking coffee and making hot Cheeto bricks. Alabama has a very rich history of dumbass crimes. A man once stole a rotten lawnmower and tried to outrun the police on the highway. Another guy robbed the Waffle House with a pitchfork, because when you're high off that meth, anything can become a weapon. It turns you into a Mortal Kombat character. One dude in Mobile tried to hold up a liquor store with a BB gun, painted black, and when it jammed, he tried to sell the clerk the BB gun. So yes, Alabama already had a very impressive resume of meth-fueled decision making. But Peter here, he decided to take it aerial. He went full Top Gun Trailer Park Edition. I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but I don't listen to people, so I'm knee deep in my judgmental bag. I think this man lives in a single wide with more rust than roof, where the satellite dish is pointed straight to hell, and every single extension cord in that house is plugged into one outlet, sparking like a Tesla battery fire. Inside the single wide, one recliner, one ashtray, 3 pit bulls, and a jar of moonshine that's going to be a toothbrush holder in the near future. In his fridge, just expired milk and a half-eaten pack of bologna he bought with food stamps at the Piggly Wiggly. So when the helicopter flew overhead, naturally his first thought was this: oh damn, that's a government drone. That government drone is spying on my meth lab. Let me get the strap. But they wasn't spying on his meth lab. His meth lab don't got no motion. He's not making no money. You gotta make money for the feds to pay attention to you. You just making meth and getting high off of it. Nobody was paying you no damn mind. Thankfully, the helicopter landed safely. The nurse had minor injuries. The patient who actually needed help got transported by an ambulance. And Peter, he got arrested, charged, and tossed in jail with a $30,000 bond. Allegedly, 30 grand is about $29,999 more dollars than what's in his checking account. Allegedly. So unless he finds a bondsman who takes meth pipes as collateral, he's not going anywhere. Allegedly. If you find yourself in the backwoods of Alabama and you see something flying in the sky, maybe don't shoot at it. Chances are it ain't the Fed spying on your stash of Sudafed. It's just people doing their jobs, saving lives, flying to hospitals, or dropping off DoorDash Chick-fil-A orders. Peter Ellison wanted to be a patriot, but all he did was become the poster child for everything is more simple in Alabama, even the way of thinking. Some people leave legacies. Peter's legacy would be this: the man who tried to shoot down a medical helicopter because he thought it was a drone.